It is September 14, 1993, at the Frankfurt airport. An Airbus A320 Lufthansa airline is preparing for flight to 904. On this day, the pilots are a 47-year-old captain with over 12,700 flying hours and a 47-year-old co-pilot with over 11,000 hours. This flight is the captain's test flight after a 3-month break. The co-pilot is his instructor, under whose supervision the captain returns to service. There are 64 passengers on board. Among them is the ambassador of the Federal Republic of Germany. At 2:27 p.m. the plane takes off, beginning its last flight to Warsaw Okęcie Airport. The flight is expected to last an hour. 3:08 p.m. The crew checks the weather over Warsaw several times. It's raining. The wind is steady. At 3:14, the pilots contact Warsaw and ask for permission to descend. A few minutes before landing, Warsaw air traffic controllers inform the pilots about air shear and rain over the airport. The plane continues its descent.
200, 100, 50, 30, retard, retard.
That's not it. Vollbringen. Pass auf, ja, voll. Oder? Weiter setzen. Ganz nichts machen. Kann nicht dagegen sein. Weg. Was? Dreh ihn weg. Scheiße!
As a result of the impact, a fire broke out and penetrated the cabin. 51 people were seriously injured, 5 slightly injured, and 12 escaped the plane without injuries. 2 people were killed, 1 passenger and the first officer. The crash raised a lot of questions about the safety of the Airbus A320. The plane that crashed was only 3 years old. The investigation was carried out by the Warsaw Main Commission Aircraft Accident Investigation. On September 14, 1993, from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Poland was hit by light rain showers, with a storm forecast over Warsaw around 2 p.m. A half an hour before the planned landing, pilots checked the weather conditions over the destination airport several times and then ask for descent. They are directed to runway 11 of the Warsaw Airport. Knowing about wind shear and rain, according to procedures, pilots increase approach and landing speeds. At 3:33 p.m., a storm begins over the airport. During the landing approach, the wind direction changes. The crosswind that pilots are prepared for turns into a tailwind. As a result, the plane flies at an even higher speed than planned. Because of this, the pilots miss the touchdown zone. 775 meters beyond the runway threshold, the right wheel of the Airbus A320 touches the ground. Pilots are prepared for crosswinds, so they tilt the plane to the right side, but there is no wind. The pilots think that the entire landing gear has touched the ground and the plane begins to brake. In fact, the Airbus computers block the activation of the spoilers and reverse thrust until both landing gear wheels touch the ground. Over 770 meters away, 9 seconds later the left landing gear touched the runway. As a result, braking began with a delay. And in extreme weather conditions, such as heavy rain and strong tailwinds, the aircraft failed to stop on the runway. The captain, wanting to avoid a collision with the nose of the plane, turned right. Flight to 904 crashed by overraining the runway, hitting the Earth embankment and DILS localizer with its left wing. As a result of the investigation, recommended procedures for pilots were changed, and Airbus made technical improvements to its aircraft. The main causes of the accident were identified as faulty computer software, faulty procedures, and the human factor. Recommendations for corrections also included the Warsaw Airport and its documentation. Maybe if the pilots had decided to go round, the tragedy wouldn't have happened.